So let's talk about House Bill 8445 that was proposed by Representative, I'm going to butcher his name, he's from Pennsylvania, Rentstaller, and the other one it's co-sponsored by Ohio Representative Max Miller. And what that is it's proposed that they want to extend American benefits to people in the United States that serve in the IDF. So there are certain benefits, like if you're in the military, when you go to serve in the military, when you come back, you still keep your job. Things like that. They want to extend those kinds of benefits to people who serve in the Israeli Defense Forces. So that's obviously ridiculous. Again, Israel is a foreign country. It is a foreign country. It may be an ally of the United States, and that's fine. But it's a foreign country. Like, why would you, again, I have to ask, how much is AIPAC paying these people, okay? Where they have to grovel to them, hey, look, I'm more pro-Israel than the next guy. I'm going to extend military benefits, at least some military benefits, to people, Americans that serve in the IDF. That's absolutely absurd. Imagine doing this to any other country. Imagine if we said, yeah, if you serve in the Canadian Armed Forces, you get to keep your job when you come home. You get, like I said, you get other benefits as well. I got a link to an article here, and then here's the House bill, which it links to also. Who are these people representing? This is the United States. What about the United States? Okay, why are we, and this is Trump's whole campaign. I mean, supposedly we have all these bad trade deals, which is true. We have a lot of bad trade deals because we got people in DC that don't give a crap about Americans. They just think, well, we have the largest of the biggest economy in the world, so why not give all this away, right? So we lose a lot of our industrial base. And then on top of that, you got, and then Trump, and he campaigns on this. We got bad trade deals. We're giving money away to foreign countries. We have all these wars. He was a critic of the Iraq War. And then what happens in his administration? And then Israel is like the one country that doesn't get addressed. And it just absolutely blows anybody's mind who's paying attention. So I don't know. I've been making a lot of videos like this. It's absolutely absurd that we would grovel to this little country in the Middle East that I would support on principle, given that it is a freer country than the countries around it. But in principle, it's actually not a free country. It is a theocracy. You don't have the same freedoms in Israel that you do in the United States. And yet we got all these dual citizens. We got dual citizens of Israel that serve in U.S. Congress and do things like this. Now, I don't know if they're dual citizens or not. I didn't look, too much into this. But again, it blows my mind that, get rid of dual citizenship. If you want to be, or even if you have dual citizenship, that should bar you from running and to be a part of our U.S. government, to be a representative. You're not representing Americans 100% if you're a citizen of another country. Imagine if you're a citizen of, China or Russia or, any of these other countries. Of course it wouldn't fly, but, Israel is a special country, that we give all this to. And again, I'm a supporter of Israel on principle. Israel is a freer country. I would support that, but not at the expense of the United States. And that's exactly what's happening. And it's case after case that I'm showing you that this is the case, that we're sacrificing the United States to this foreign country, Israel. And then I've also made the case of, yeah, okay, Israel's a free country. So was Rhodesia, back when, before it became Zimbabwe. That was a relatively free, and actually, arguably, even freer than Israel was. And it was accused of being an apartheid state. It was a relatively small force compared to a much larger combined force around it that hated that country. Why didn't we support that? No, not just that we didn't support it, we put sanctions on that country because it was a quote unquote apartheid country. So, I mean, hypocrisy is unbelievable. I mean, if you're going to support Israel on the account that it's a semi free country, you should have support Rhodesia. They didn't do that. And I don't think our foreign policy is about supporting free countries either. So, anyway, I'll put a link in the description below.